Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are at the next topic, that is the endgame studies explained. We are at the 82nd position of our topic. This is the position with white to play and win. It's a relatively easy position, but there is some tricky idea in the position. The first problem in the position is that the white has to fight out against the first pawn on a4, which is about to queen in just 3 moves. And it looks like if white is able to take his knight towards the pawn, then the king can go to h4 and collect the pawn on h3, and there are some stalemate ideas as well in the position. So let's get into the position quickly. White has only one way of winning, of course, and that he can do with the move nc7. The knight uses or creates 2 threats, we can say. One is the knight wants to reach b5 and stop the advance of the a pawn. So a3 is forced. But now things look even more difficult. In couple of moves, pawn will queen, and how will the knight stop black's pawn here? Okay, but the pawn will queen in couple of moves, and how will the white knight stop the pawn here? White has a way here. Knight e6 check. Typical case of knight versus pawns. We have discussed before also. The knight uses an intermediate move or a check to gain tempo. There are 2 ideas here. One, if the king attacks the knight can simply go to d4 followed by reaching the b3 or the c2 square, and then he can control the a1 square. For instance, ke5, knight c2, pawn is attacked a2, then white can just play kf2, kg3, h4 and pushes h pawn if the black king goes and attacks the knight. So this wins for white very easily. But the real complication is in the line king h4. It looks like now there are many ways for white to win. But amongst kg2 and h2, only one of them is correct. That is the typical case what we see in study positions. There is only one solution. Let's look at both of them one by one. kg2 more logical because the king remains more towards the center and it supports the h3 pawn. First, let us understand, after a2, white has a simple idea. Knight goes to d4. Now the knight is heading to b3 in order to control the queening square. But after a1 queen, white is going to use knight f3 checkmate. The main difference is in the variation kg5, after which knight b3 or knight c2, to both of them king h4. And now after the move king h2 here, black uses a1 queen, knight takes a1 and the move g5. He is successfully using the concept of stalemate. The black king has no place to move, and we see that after kg2 it's a stalemate, and after kg1, king h3, the knight and the king, none of them can protect the g pawn. So after kf2, kg4, it's a drawn game. Now we will compare the same with the move kh2. After the move kh2, we see the similarity in the variation a2, knight d4. Again a1 allows knight f3 checkmate. After kg5, here there is a main difference. After nc2 or nb3, if black again tries king h4, then here comes kg2. Again a1 queen, knight takes a1, and after g5, here white has the move king h3. The king can leave the h pawn and he is able to protect the g4 pawn this time. And after king h3, it's very easy. The knight can simply go to the c5 and the e6 square and take the g5 pawn by force, and white will win the game. I hope you are finding these lessons useful and instructive. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.